Section 3 of the writing exam is designed to test your knowledge of English grammar and English vocabulary. You're given a text. In the text, in each line, there is either a missing word or there's a word that is not correct, either because it's in the wrong form or it's just the wrong word and you need to change it for a new one. So the simplest way to start is read through the text in its entirety and then go back to each line, read them and think about what you know about grammar and vocabulary. So, question number 21, beg your pardon, which is here. Robots first began as mechanical toys at the 18th century. Here we have a time clause. But before the word, a word for a century, or before the word for a month, or the word for a year, you do not use the word at. You need to use the word in. In the end of the 18th century. In the 18th century, beg your pardon. Question number 2. So, robots first began as mechanical toys in the 18th century and were building to amuse wealthy people. So here we have no subject for the verb phrase. We have a verb phrase were, verb be, plus a main verb building. This is passive. And as I'm sure you know, in the passive voice, use the verb be in the correct form for the time, and then you need to use the main verb, this verb here, as a past participle. Build is an irregular verb. The past participle of build is built. Question number 23. Very simple systems for controlling machines are invented about the same time. So about the same time is referring back to the 18th century. So we're very much in the past here. But if you look at the main verb here, we have are, which is present simple and not appropriate. So all you need to do there is change the verb from are present to were past simple. Question number 24. Real robots that could be programmed perform difficult tasks. We have two verbs here. Okay, we have a main verb in past simple, and then we have another verb in the infinitive. And before your verb in the infinitive, you need to use the word to. Program to perform. Question 25. Were not practical until computers became available to control them in the 1960s. And then you have a new sentence which has a time clause, since. But after the word since, you need a time word, either a time phrase, a year, a month, a time, or in this case, the word then. Since then, referring back to the 1960s. Question number 26. Since then, they have become part from our everyday lives. After the word part, you wouldn't use the word from. You'd use the word of. Number 27. Most robots work in factories, assembling cars and electronic equipment. While a few robots does dangerous jobs. Now here we have, in this sentence here, we have a subject, a few robots, so it's plural. And because it's plural, the verb needs to change from does to do. Question number 28. Dangerous jobs such as exploring space. Domestic robots can clean our floors and cutting the grass. In this clause here, you have a subject, domestic robots. You have a modal verb, can, and then you have a main verb, clean. This is your first verb here, first main verb. And then you have and another main verb. But if this verb, cutting, follows a modal verb, can, it should be in the infinitive. So can clean, can cut. Question number 29. And can cut the grass. And medical robots can even operations in hospitals. Again, you've got a modal verb, can, but you have no main verb before the subject. So here you need to put a slash to make it clear there's a missing verb. You have a choice of two verbs here you could use. The simplest one is do operations, or if you want to be more academic, you could say perform. It doesn't matter, you'll get 1 mark for either of those answers. Question 30. The latest robots even look a little bit human. Can copy human movements. So we've got subject, the latest robots. And then you have main verb, look a little bit human. And then you have another verb phrase, can copy. So we'll be given 2 pieces of information about the subject here. And you need to use a word, got a missing word here, to join these 2 verb phrases together because they're giving you additional information rather than contrasting information. The simplest word to use there is the word and. So it's quite a complex job to do. Remember, it's only worth 10 points, beg your pardon. If you're not sure what the answer should be, have a shot because you will not lose marks for a wrong answer.